This is the SENIX LSSG-M9 21-inch gas self-propelled lawn mower, and my honest first impression is that it looks simple, tough, and built for straightforward yard work. No fancy gimmicks, just a 21-inch steel deck, a Briggs and Stratton 140cc engine, and a single-speed front-wheel drive that promises to pull the weight on flat lawns. I went into this with cautious optimism because I've seen mixed feedback about support, but I wanted to see how it actually cuts, bags, and handles a small to medium yard with some uneven patches. On looks and feel, the body is all about function. The blue steel deck feels solid and resists flexing when you bump into roots or edging. The wheel setup is 8 inches up front and 11 inches in the back, which gives it a high rear stance that rolls nicely over ruts and keeps the cutting deck from scraping. The handle is basic but ergonomic enough, and it folds down for storage without fighting you. The whole package is around 55 pounds, which is lighter than a lot of gas self-propelled mowers I've used. Light can sometimes mean flimsy, but here it just makes it easier to lift the front end to pivot around tight corners or garden beds. The bag is a 16-gallon fabric style with a decent frame, and the deck includes a plug for mulching and a chute for side discharge. Out of the box, it comes with engine oil, the bagger, the mulch plug, and the side chute, so setup feels refreshingly minimal. From my experience, assembly took just a few minutes. I raised the handle, tightened a few screws, added the included oil, and put in fresh gas. The Briggs and Stratton 140cc engine uses a prime end pull start, which means you push the primer bulb a few times and pull the cord. Mine fired up on the first pull. After a warm run and cool down, it usually took 1 or 2 pulls. The idle is steady, the vibration is mild for a gas mower, and the sound level is what you'd expect from a residential gas engine. I wore hearing protection, and I'd recommend you do the same. In the yard, the self-propelled front-wheel drive is set to a comfortable walk. Not fast, not slow, just an easy pace for covering straight lines. On flat areas, it does exactly what it should. It pulls, I steer, and my arms don't get tired. Where it needs more finesse is on slopes. Because the drive is on the front wheels, the traction gets worse as the bag fills up and shifts weight to the back. I noticed the front wheels free spinning on a slightly damp section when the bag was halfway full. A few things helped: switching to mulching or side discharge on the slope, keeping the bag lighter, and leaning a bit forward on the handle to load the front tires. If you deal with regular hills, you'll want rear-wheel drive. If your yard is mostly flat, FWD is fine. Cut quality is where this mower earns its keep. The 21-inch steel deck moves a lot of air. When the grass is dry, mulching is clean with no stringy clumps behind me. Bagging also feels efficient. The airflow pulls clippings into the bag and fills it evenly, which saves trips to the bin. Side discharge is the just-get-it-done mode for overgrown or wet grass, and it helps the engine keep its speed when the lawn gets thick. The 140cc engine isn't a monster, but it didn't bog in typical suburban turf. I pushed it through taller patches and light weeds, and it held RPMs well. If your lawn is regularly very tall or wet, bagging will require more stops, but that's true for most 21-inch gas mowers. Height adjustment uses a dual-lever setup, one lever for the front axle and another for the rear, with 6 positions from 1.25 inches up to 3.75 inches. It's not as quick as a single central lever, and my front lever was a little stiff at first, but once it wore in, I could set it without fuss. For a healthy lawn, I liked the 2.5 to 3-inch range. The high rear wheel stance helps keep the deck level over bumps, and I didn't notice scalping on uneven soil. Key features that stood out to me are the simple prime and pull starting, the strong airflow from the steel deck that makes mulching and bagging efficient, and the overall light, nimble feel for a self-propelled gas unit. The included accessories are exactly what you need: oil, bagger, mulch plug, side chute. Storage is easy thanks to the folding handle, and it doesn't hog floor space in a shed. Fuel use felt reasonable. I got through my typical small to medium yard on a tank without babying the throttle. Not everything is rosy. In my opinion, the front-wheel drive limits who should buy this. It's perfect for flat yards, but it's not the setup I'd pick for long or steep slopes, especially if you plan to bag heavy clippings. Also, support is a concern. I tested the mower fine, but I did reach out to SENIX to check parts availability and warranty response. My email didn't get a reply, and a phone call went to voicemail. That doesn't affect the way the mower cuts, but it matters if you need a cable, a wheel, or warranty help. The engine is Briggs and Stratton, so service for the engine itself is widely available. Chassis parts are where things can get tricky, and that's something buyers should be aware of. From my experience, the mower's sweet spot is weekly maintenance on small to medium, mostly flat lawns, especially if you like to mulch or occasionally bag. The cut looks even, the deck stays surprisingly clean after mulching, and the maneuverability makes it easy to edge around beds and trees. I'd recommend this for homeowners who value a reliable start, a solid steel deck, and a lighter feel, and who don't have major slopes to climb. If your yard is hilly or you always bag wet grass, I'd steer you toward a rear-wheel drive model with more weight over the drive wheels. In conclusion, the SENIX LSSG-M9 brings a lot of the right pieces together for everyday mowing. A 21-inch steel deck, a dependable 140cc Briggs and Stratton engine with easy starting, a 3-in-1 setup that actually works, and a self-propelled system that reduces effort on flat ground. It's perfect for tidy, level yards and owners who prefer mulching most of the season. The trade-offs are the front drive traction on slopes, the dual-lever height adjustment being less convenient, and the uncertainty around getting support or parts quickly if you need them. If those caveats fit your situation, this mower delivers a clean cut and an easy routine. If they don't, consider a rear-wheel drive alternative with a stronger support network. If you found this video helpful, hit subscribe and drop your questions or your own experience in the comments. Thank you for watching.